I always talk about the greatest OU stuff in our illustrious history, but today I'm going to talk about that bad time we had from 1989 to 1998, what I call our dark years. We all remember them. We all lived through them. Thanks, everybody, for pulling up and tuning into my channel. I'm your host, the legend Mike Wilkerson of Sooner Legends Podcast. And if you don't mind, push the like button. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe. I love new subscribers and I love mixing and mingling in the comments. Also, share this video. Why? Because sharing is caring. So, and also, I am pleased to announce my partnership with Devil Dogs Brew and Beans, a veteran owned coffee brand that takes pride in brewing coffee blends that embody the spirit of the fearless and dedicated Marine Corps, where every sip is a celebration of strength, camaraderie, and exceptional taste. Get 10% off your first order of Devil Dogs by using the promo code Sooner Legends at checkout, and you will also receive free shipping in the continental United States. So let's get to our doom and gloom decade of the 90s, late 80s, early 90s. Barry Switzer resigns at the end of the 88 season, and then defensive coordinator Gary Gibbs was named the new head coach for Oklahoma. Now, I'm going to admit I was excited about Gibbs because he was our defensive coordinator from 1980 to 88. He brought us the Boz. He brought us Tony Casillas. He brought us Darrell Reed, Kevin Murphy, Sonny Brown. I could go on that defense. So I was excited with Gary Gibbs being named the new head coach. Now, his overall record while he was a head coach was 44-23-2. And his overall conference record was 26-14-2 and 2-1 in bowl games, having won the Gator Bowl in 91, the John Hancock Bowl in 93, and losing the Copper Bowl in 94. But Coach Gibbs' downfall was he could not win the big games. I mean, I can't tell you how many times me and Daddy sat there and cussed at the kitchen table. Nebraska, Texas, Colorado, you name it. The only time I seen him win, and I was at the game, was I believe it was the 1990 Nebraska game where they played in Norman and Nebraska. All they had to do was beat OU, but they turned Cale Gundy loose and we won that game. But like I said, Gibbs just couldn't win the big games and never won more than 5 out of 7 games in the Big 8 conference. Now, during Gibbs's first 2 seasons, the Sooners were barred from bowl games, if you remember, and banned from live television in his first year. And he was also only allowed 18 scholarships instead of the usual 25. And though he wasn't allowed to field a team with a full complement of scholarship athletes, along with his lackluster record in big games, Oklahoma forced Gibbs to resign at the end of the 1994 season. And then we get Howard Schnellenberger. Now I'm on a slippery slope with this one, but I don't care. I know that he coached for Bear Bryant at Alabama. He helped recruit Joe Namath and Kenny Stabler as the quarterbacks. I know he was offensive coordinator, and they won. He helped Alabama win 3 national championships in 61, 64, and 65. And he was also offensive coordinator for Don Shula when Don Shula went undefeated and won Super Bowl 7. I know Howard Schnellenberger won the 83 national championship with Miami. I know Howard Schnellenberger turned the Louisville program around. However, I'm talking about his time at OU. He went 5-5-1. Now, what he did, you can talk to any Sooner fan my age and anybody who lived through that 1 year of Howard Schnellenberger. First, he comes to Oklahoma and he orders somebody in the archive department to destroy all of Oklahoma's historic football records. Yes, he did. Because they put that out on Channel 9 News the day they fired Schnellenberger from OU. But the person in the archive office, they preserve those records. They're still safe in our archive department. And also, if y'all remember this, folks. Schnellenberger went, when he hired on at OU, he went on that statewide tour. And everywhere he spoke, he said they're going to write books and stories about me, and Sooner Nation will soon forget about Barry Switzer and Bud Wilkinson. Which y'all know Barry Switzer and Bud Wilkinson. They are the OU creme de la creme here in Sooner Nation. And also, he made a comment at the Copper Bowl where he stated that the players looked out of shape, unmotivated, and something else. So he was fired after 1 season. Thank God. And then we got John Blake. Now, again, I remember John Blake as a nose guard for Oklahoma. He played very good football for Oklahoma. But when they made him head coach, he went 12-22. The only good game I remember out of John Blake was the Texas game, where Jarrell Jackson scored 1 passing touchdown, ran back another, and James Allen in the first overtime game of college football won the game for Oklahoma against Texas. I remember. Now, there again, I'm on a slippery slope like this, like I was with Schnellenberger. John Blake was a bad coach, no doubt about it. But what he was a hell of a recruiter. Now, they fired Blake in 1998, and also they fired athletic director Steve Owens. That's when Joe Constiglione became athletic director at the University of Oklahoma, and his first hire was Bob Stoops in 1998. And me and Dad, we went to Norman. I remember it like it was yesterday. In Bob Stoops' speech, something that still rings out to this day was Oklahoma is a sleeping giant. And Bob was right. Of course, y'all remember Stoops' first season in 99. We go 7-5. We go to the Independence Bowl, our first bowl game that we'd been to since the Copper Bowl. And we lost to Ole Miss. However, y'all know Y'all know the routine. The next year, Oklahoma goes undefeated, defeats Florida State in Orange Bowl, and we're back to where Oklahoma used to be. So, folks, there's my little dark take of the terrible 90s. I know when I would wear my OU stuff out in public, boy, I got laughed at. Hey, I'm a Sooner fan through and through. Win, lose, or draw, I will always be a Sooner fan. So there you have it, guys and gals. Uh, Hop down in the comments. Tell me what you think. And God bless y'all. Be nice to each other because tomorrow is not promised. And this is the legend. We'll see you on the backside.